All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Have you ever wondered just how much story, emotion, and hard-hitting credibility you can actually pack into a mere 10 seconds? I mean, in today's hyper-vast digital landscape, attention spans are practically non-existent, right? Brands have to work incredibly hard and incredibly fast to capture their audience. So today, we're going to unpack a truly brilliant example of this. We're looking at the foundational blueprint for a 10-second micro ad for Bavacati Constructions. We're going to dissect exactly how you can compress absolute authority, deep trust, and a totally compelling narrative into 10 seconds flat, all by using a strictly controlled creative brief. To see how this is done, we'll start off with crafting the premium brief, then move into the 10-second breakdown, and finally look at audio and post-production.
Kicking things off with Section 1, Crafting the Premium Brief.
Okay, before a camera even rolls, these strict visual specifications have to be locked in. Notice that 9:16 vertical aspect ratio. This isn't built for a massive cinema screen. It's designed directly for a mobile phone, completely tailored for users scrolling through social media feeds. But even though it's on a phone, the quality demands are huge. We're talking 4K resolution, ultra-realistic cinematic HDR. And honestly, my favorite part of this brief is the lighting instruction, a golden sunrise. It doesn't just make the footage look incredibly premium. A sunrise subconsciously signals new beginnings, optimism, the dawn of a dream project. It perfectly grounds the viewer in a high-end reality right from the first frame. Now, any great piece of communication knows exactly who it's talking to. The target audience here is highly specific. It's zeroing in on Karnataka homeowners, commercial builders, developers, architects, and contractors. This is a totally localized, hyper-targeted approach. And the overarching goal? To build trust and showcase real engineering expertise. Structuring it this way ensures that every single visual and auditory choice is aimed like a laser at a specific local market, projecting absolute authority. Just look at the precision of this character design. When we are introduced to engineer Abu Bakr Bavakati, his attire isn't just clothing. It's a meticulously crafted uniform of competence. The white safety helmet and reflective vest instantly scream active on-site leadership and safety compliance, but then the white formal shirt and dark trousers elevate him from just a worker to a consulting professional. And the fact that he's carrying architectural blueprints, that is the ultimate symbol of vision and control. It establishes massive professional credibility before he even says a single word. Moving right along to Section 2, the 10-second breakdown. This timeline is a masterclass in the micro-narrative technique. When you have exactly 10 seconds, you still use a classic 3-act structure, you just put it on fast forward. Act 1 is 0 to 3 seconds, setting the scene. Act 2 is 3 to 7 seconds, showing the action and the promise. Act 3 is 7 to 10 seconds, delivering the resolution and the emotional payoff. It maps out how to build tension and resolve it in the exact amount of time it takes to take a single breath. So let's break down that first act. In just those first 3 seconds, we open with a dynamic drone shot of a beautiful construction site bathed in that golden sunrise we talked about earlier. We see workers actively building RCC structures and engineers actively inspecting the work. Why lead with a drone shot? Because it instantly establishes scale, grandeur, and serious capability. You're immediately telling the viewer, hey, we handle huge, important projects. Then we hit the middle segment, Act 2, from seconds 3 to 7. Here, the focus narrows dramatically. We go from the grand drone shot right down to our key figure. Engineer Bavakati walks confidently through the site. He's checking the drawings, inspecting the concrete columns, and most importantly, discussing the work directly with clients. Showing this active quality control in motion is classic show don't tell. It actively proves to the audience that they are in safe, highly competent hands. It's dynamic, and it builds immense trust incredibly fast. And finally, those last 3 seconds. The transition here is absolutely crucial. We jump from the raw, active construction site straight to the flawless final product, a completed premium modern home. We see a happy family receiving the keys. This is the ultimate emotional payoff. You see, people don't just buy concrete and steel, they're buying the dream of a happy home. Following that family with an elegant animation of the brand's identity anchors all that warm, positive feeling directly to Bavakati Constructions. Right alongside that emotional payoff, we hit them with the hard data. The tagline is there, building trust, delivering quality. But it goes further, displaying the specific credentials of engineer Bavakati, a consulting civil engineer with his exact qualifications. It gives a location in Hunagund and, crucially, a direct phone number. Putting these exact credentials and contact details up leaves zero ambiguity for a viewer who is ready to take the very next step. Now, let's wrap up with Section 3, audio and post-production. So while all those fast-paced visuals are playing, the audience is hearing a highly targeted, localized message. Do you need a strong foundation for your dream home? Babakati Constructions is your trusted construction partner. The brief specifically notes that this must be delivered in a warm, confident, and natural Kannada voice. Using the local language with a welcoming tone completely elevates this. It stops being a cold corporate broadcast and becomes an authentic, community-focused invitation. The sound design is brilliantly layered to pull this off. We don't just have the voiceover. We have cinematic orchestral background music, giving it an epic premium feel. But listen closely and you'll realize it's layered over subtle construction ambiance. You hear the faint sound of real tools and machinery. Mixing that soaring orchestra with real-world construction effects creates a perfectly grounded atmosphere. It essentially tells the viewer's brain this is a high-end brand, but one that actually gets its hands dirty to do the real work. Of course, a great creative brief also clearly defines what absolutely not to do. These technical editing constraints are vital. The do's are all about smooth transitions, shallow depth of field for that cinematic look, and crisp details. But the don'ts are where the magic is protected. No cartoons, no shaky cameras, no low resolution, no poor lip sync, and definitely no text errors. When you only have 10 seconds, preventing amateur mistakes is critical. Even one tiny text error or shaky frame instantly shatters the illusion of premium quality. So as we wrap up this explainer on the anatomy of a micro ad, I really want you to think about this. How will you compress your own brand's narrative of trust and expertise into a perfectly structured 10-second window? We've just seen how every single second, every lighting choice, every background sound has to be meticulously engineered to build authority and deliver a real emotional payoff. It just goes to show that sometimes the tightest constraints breed the absolute best, most impactful communication. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.